welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a reading on the disappearance of CLEO SMITH. She went missing from Western Australia and she was taken out of her tent that her family was staying in, and they still haven't found her, and today's date is the 26th of October 2021, and I pray that she is found and she is returned to her parents, because this is just a tragic, heartbreaking thing. My heart goes out to her mum and her dad. It's absolutely terrible and it's disgusting how people can do this. So let's get into the reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards and focus on CLEO's energy. And actually first, I'm going to share some visions I had. So I'll just read them out to you. So her sleeping bag was missing with her, which is really weird because that just made me feel like if she got up and walked out of that tent, a child wouldn't think to take their sleeping bag. I do feel like she was sound asleep and they dragged her through the opening of the tent and she was still sleeping, so she was still inside her sleeping bag, and that's why the sleeping bag's missing. I did see 3 people. One was driving the car, the other was the lookout person, and the other one took her out of the tent. I feel she was sleeping, like I said before, because I'm reading this because I wrote this down. And I don't feel like she woke up until she was inside the car, and I felt like they put her in the car with them. I didn't feel like she was put in the boot or anything. When I first heard this on the news, I felt like that the person that took her has made contact with her before. At first, when she was inside the car, I don't feel like she was scared at this point. She was still a bit sleepy. And I don't feel like she travelled in the car for a long time. I feel like it was a short trip, like 15 minutes she was in the car for. I feel like I've seen that she was on a property, and this property was full of junk and like old tin roofs laying here and tyres and cars. So it was a real junky looking property. And I felt like it was owned by an older man, this property, and he lives there. It's his property. I seen that the older man's property, these guys that took her, they hang around this older guy a lot. It's like he pays them to do things for him. So I felt like the driver that was driving the car, and it was an old car, I felt, he was like in his 20s to 30s, and the other 2 were younger. I also seen there was a shorter person, shorter than the other 2. I feel like they are a male. I do feel they have done this before. And they made me feel like they would do anything for money, because I feel like they have addictions, so drugs or alcohol, and they want the money to support their addictions. I did see CLEO. At one point I had this vision, and I seen her looking up like she was in a dark black tunnel, and I seen her looking up out of this tunnel crying and calling out for her mummy. And I felt like this was the holding place. They have her held there. And here she is very scared. She's crying for her mummy. I do feel she is placed outside, so they're holding her outside somewhere, so it's like underground or in a big drum, like one of those big metal drums with a lid on it, and she can't get out. These people are pure evil. Nothing else to describe them. Absolutely pure evil. I do feel they are known, so they're known. They could be known by the parents, and I feel like they're known to society, like they have been in trouble before, and people don't know them personally, but they're known. That's a feeling that I got. So they are known to police, and they're a rough type of person. So I did see them driving into town, so I feel like it's wherever she is, it's not far from town, but it's on property. The car is old. I feel these three people only do it for money, like I said, because they want to drink or buy drugs, which I said before. I'm just reading what I wrote down so I don't miss anything. The older guy, I seen him using a walking stick. So he doesn't really leave the property that much. He gets his workers to do his dirty work. And I do see him being a drinker. I did feel like it's like a circle of corruption. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the cards and see what the cards have to say. CLEO Smith. What messages do you have for me about CLEO Smith? What messages do you have about CLEO Smith? Okay, so we've got these. So these three cards come out. So this King of Swords man, he's brought heartache to the family. I feel like the King of Swords is the man that took her away from the family, and the Cups cards it's a water card, and it's all about emotions. And so yeah, this man took CLEO away from the family, and it's caused that much heartache, stress, grief. It's absolutely disgusting. I'll just check to see if that's in view. Okay, we're back. So, my phone switched off and I lost most of the reading. So, I'm going to have to do it again. What else can you tell me about CLEO Smith? Okay, so the Fool and the Hermit make me feel like she left in the night. She was taken in the night. The Judgment came out before when the phone switched off. And so did the Sun. So the Judgment makes me feel like the angels are working behind the scenes to find her. And the Sun came out before with this woman, and there was another man, and it made me feel like these two people have got leads or information which is going to be successful. The Knight of Wands and the Chariot just makes me feel like she left really quickly in a car, which makes sense from where she was and what they've said on TV. So let's see what else comes out. So, look at these beautiful cards coming out. Just make sure they're in view, yes. So, when my phone switched off, when I was recording this, I had all these beautiful, successful cards. And I really do feel like things are turning and shifting because of the angels, God and Spirit and all the prayers that the world's been giving. And I do feel like they're going to find her. The Sun makes me feel like it's going to be success with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Successful leads is what I'm hearing there.